Okay, let's unpack this.
Let's do it.
Today, we are tackling, well, a massive stack of sources. It covers everything from the basic architecture of sales funnels, specifically for coaches and consultants,
Hmm.
all the way up to some really advanced AI and optimization methods. Looks like pure data science, honestly.
Yeah, it's a huge scope, definitely.
Yeah.
But the goal, I think, is pretty focused. We want to hand you, the listener, an immediate, actionable roadmap.
Right.
This isn't just, theory floating around. We're going to try and distill which funnels are actually converting right now in today's market,
Okay.
and then show you exactly how things like predictive analytics and, well, advanced stats are changing funnel management from that old guessing game.
Yeah, finger in the wind.
Exactly, into something much more precise, a profitable science, really.
Absolutely. We're cutting straight to the chase here. We'll look at the models the sources call extremely effective, the ones actually making money for high-ticket services.
Mhm.
And crucially, the ones they label a complete waste of time, which is just as important.
Maybe more important for some folks.
True. Then we'll dive into the really interesting stuff, how machine learning helps pick the right leads, and why this concept called necessary condition analysis, which sounds complicated,
It does, but it's powerful.
might be the most important framework you're probably not using yet.
So, yeah, to start, let's talk architecture. Structure first. Based on the data, especially for like high-value coaching, consulting, there's definitely a hierarchy. Some things just work better.
If you're selling something for, say, $2,000 or more, you've got to be efficient.
Oh,
right?
absolutely. No room for wasted effort or ad spend.
Okay, so let's go straight to the top. What are the funnels our sources flag as extremely effective right now?
Okay, the first one, and this one gets praised for working across pretty much every niche, B2B, B2C, you name it, is the squeeze funnel.
Squeeze funnel. Okay.
Yeah, it's defined by its immediate focus. You drive traffic to a simple opt-in page. That's it. Get the contact details. Then, and this is key, instead of sending like a boring PDF they'll never read.
Right, the graveyard of lead magnets.
Exactly. You immediately redirect them to a video sales letter page, a VSSL.
So the pitch starts right away. And a VSSL, that's not like a long, rambling webinar, is it? It's more condensed.
Precisely. It's designed to pack the value proposition into a powerful, engaging video presentation. Quick, punchy.
Okay.
And the goal of that page is one clear call to action, apply, or book a discovery call. Simple.
So it qualifies fast, educates fast, and moves them to commitment fast. Makes sense.
It's super effective for exactly those reasons. Much faster than other models at getting to that high-touch stage.
Okay, that sounds great for efficiency. But what if, I don't have a massive ad budget? Is there another powerhouse that maybe leverages assets I already have?
Good question. Yes. That would be the YouTube VSSL funnel. Now, this one assumes you either have or you're actively building a YouTube presence.
Right. You need the channel first.
You do. The genius here is you create a series of like value-packed videos, just helpful generic content.
Mm-hmm.
And they all subtly, maybe in the description or a card, point back to one specific video. And that video acts as your VSSL, but it's often disguised as just another helpful tutorial or maybe a case study.
Ah, I see. So you're leveraging the platform's built-in trust. People generally trust YouTube content more than, say, a random landing page from a Facebook ad they just clicked.
Exactly that.
Yeah.
The inherent trust means way less friction when you finally make your offer or ask them to book a call.
Okay.
It works really well because the prospect feels like they've sort of built a relationship with you already over several videos.
That makes sense. And speaking of relationship building, the third extremely effective model seems built entirely on creating that sense of omnipresence. The waterfall funnel.
Yes, the waterfall.
But this one comes with a big asterisk, doesn't it? Like a warning label.
It does, a huge one. This is the big budget, long-term play. We're talking like 3 to 6 months minimum. It starts with really generic engagement ads. You're not selling anything at first. You're literally just paying for watch time, likes, comments, buying attention.
Just getting your face out there.
Precisely. Then, and only then, you retarget only the people who actually engage for those first ads. And you hit them with a new, very specific conversion offer.
So you're paying to warm up the audience first. By the time they see the ad for your, $10,000 program, they've already seen you maybe 10 times. The trust is kind of pre-built.
Exactly. That's why it's so effective for high ticket. But again, if you're a new coach, tight budget, that squeeze funnel is a much smarter place to start.
Definitely seems more accessible. Now, before we switch gears, we have to touch on the one that generates those, massive headlines. The OO funnel. Opt-in offer, one-click upsell.
Oh, yes, the O.
This is the one Alex Hormozy supposedly used for that $100 million day, right?
Yeah.
The sources flag it as proven.
It is proven, and the sources do classify it that way.
Yeah.
The structure is simple enough, get an opt-in, then immediately offer a low-ticket product, I think maybe $27, $37.
Okay, a small commitment.
Right. And then right after that purchase, you hit them with automated one-click upsells,
Mm-hmm.
maybe the mid-tier stuff up to maybe $1,900, and eventually leading to a high-ticket offer like mentorship for $5,000 plus.
And this feels like but that kind of Hormozy level success isn't something just anyone can replicate, is it?
Absolutely not. That's the crucial caveat. The Obro funnel at that scale needs an incredibly established brand and a deeply loyal audience and massive volume.
Right.
If you're starting out focusing on getting fewer but highly qualified leads from something like a squeeze funnel,
Yeah.
that's going to give you much better returns than trying to process thousands of cheap, low-commitment leads.
Great guidance. Okay, now the critical warning. What funnel design should listeners just avoid? The complete waste of time.
Okay, this one's clear. Ditch the sales letter funnel. You know the one where you ask for an opt-in, and in return you give them a free PDF or an ebook?
The classic lead magnet funnel. Why is it so bad?
The data is just damning. First, video is way more engaging than text these days. But second, studies consistently show something like 90% of people who grab a free PDF, they never actually read it or use it.
Wow, 90%.
Yeah. So you're spending money on ads to get leads who aren't really qualified, they're not motivated enough, they just wanted the free thing. They're very unlikely to ever buy. It's wasted effort.
Noted loud and clear. Efficiency and video. Okay, shifting gears. Once we've picked our funnel, let's say we go with the squeeze funnel, the next big challenge is making sure we're not wasting time and money on leads who won't convert.
Exactly. Lead management is expensive. Sales teams have to prioritize.
Which brings us nicely into the data science part. Predictive lead scoring.
Right. This is where things get really efficient. Now, most people know about traditional lead scoring, right? Where a sales manager sits down and makes rules.
Yeah, like if they're a VP, add 10 points. If they downloaded the white paper, add 5 points. That kind of thing.
Exactly. And those rules are, well, they're subjective, aren't they? They're based on experience, maybe some guesswork, maybe even some bias.
Tribal knowledge, basically. And probably slowed to update.
That's the core weakness. It relies on expert judgment, needs constant manual tweaking, and often lags behind what's actually happening in the market. Predictive scoring uses machine learning, ML, to get around all that.
Okay, hold on. We're telling experienced sales managers that an algorithm might be better than their decade of intuition. That sounds like a tough sell culturally.
It can be, but the data backs it up because ML can see things humans just can't track. These algorithms chew through thousands, millions of historical data points,
Okay.
looking at past conversion behavior, not just simple demographics. They find these complex, often non-obvious patterns that really indicate who's likely to buy.
And weed out the false positives, the ones who look good on paper but never close.
Exactly. It minimizes those false positives way better than subjective rules. So it augments, or yeah, in some cases, it can even replace that manual expert judgment, especially with huge data volumes.
That ability to crunch deep data is definitely powerful. Okay, let's talk models. The sources actually compared specific ML algorithms for this. Who came out on top for just raw accuracy?
The clear winner, accuracy-wise, was Random Forest, RF. It hit 93.02% accuracy in the analysis we saw.
Random forest. Can you explain that simply? Like, what is it doing?
Yeah, think of it like building a whole bunch of different decision trees like individual experts. Each tree looks at the leads data and makes a prediction, buy or no buy.
Okay.
Random Forest then takes a vote from all those trees. The final score is like a democratic consensus from this committee of experts. That's why it's usually so accurate.
That makes sense. A committee is often better than one expert. Who was the runner-up?
Decision tree, DT itself was a close second, around 91.47% accuracy. And logistic regression, LR, more traditional statistical model, was also solid at about 89.89%.
Okay, still very high numbers.
Definitely. They're all good at classifications, putting leads into the right buckets, like likely to buy or unlikely.
But, 93% versus 91%, that seems like an easy choice for Random Forest. But in the real world, running these things constantly, speed matters, right? Was there a trade-off?
Yes, and this is the crucial operational point. Random Forest, because it builds that whole committee of trees, is computationally heavier. It takes more processing power and time. Decision tree models, on the other hand, were significantly faster to train on the data.
How much faster? Give me the numbers.
The decision tree trained in just 0.05 seconds in the test case. Random forest took 0.93 seconds.
Wow, that's an error 20 times faster for the decision tree.
Exactly. So if you're running huge campaigns, leads pouring in every second, maybe you could live with 91% accuracy instead of 93% if it means you get the score almost instantly.
Right. That latency could be the difference between catching a lead while they're hot or missing them. It's not just about the best score on paper, it's about operational speed.
Absolutely. Computational cost and speed often dictate the choice in real-world operations,
Yeah.
especially at scale.
That really highlights the practical side. And we see this predictive stuff used heavily in sauce too, right? Especially for fighting churn.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
Churn is the flip side of acquisition. For subscription businesses, like the real estate sauce example in the sources,
Yeah, reonomy, I think.
right. Predictive analytics is vital for retention. ML models, often random forest again, look at ongoing user behavior, how often they log in, which features they use, support tickets, satisfaction scores,
Mm-hmm.
and they predict which customers are at high risk of canceling their subscription. This lets the company step in before they leave, maybe with a special offer or extra support.
Proactive retention.
Yeah.
Smart. Okay, so that's all sufficiency logic predicting the likelihood of something happening, but the sources brought up something totally different. Necessary condition analysis. NCA.
Yes, NCA. This is fascinating because it complements predictive modeling perfectly. Predictive models use sufficiency logic. What makes a success more likely?
Yeah.
NCA uses necessity logic. It identifies the factors without which success is impossible, the absolute must-haves.
So it's not finding the stars, it's finding the minimum requirements. Like, you must be this tall to ride this ride.
Exactly like that. It's about finding the prerequisites.
Yep.
What's the bare minimum needed for this lead to even have a chance?
How does it work? Mechanically, what's it looking for in the data?
So imagine plotting your data. Predictive models often look for the average trend line. NCA looks at the ceiling.
The ceiling.
Yeah, the upper boundary of the data points. It identifies the minimum threshold of some input condition, call it X, that is required to even allow for a certain level of outcome, call it Y. It exposes hard constraints, the bottlenecks.
Okay, give me a concrete example, maybe in the follow-up or retention stage.
Sure. One analysis using NCA looked at cross-selling success in the follow-up stage. It found that to achieve, say, a 70% cross-sell rate,
Okay.
2 necessary conditions had to be met. First, the customer must have bought no less than 3 previous products.
Not 2, must be 3 or more.
Must be 3 or more. And second, their customer satisfaction score had to be no less than 85%.
Wow, okay, so if a customer has only bought 2 things or their satisfaction is 80%, it doesn't matter how good your salesperson is. Below those thresholds, hitting that 70% cross-sell target is basically impossible.
Statistically, yes. You're wasting your best resources trying to push against a wall. Below those necessary thresholds, the outcome ceiling is just too low.
That changes everything about resource allocation. You stop chasing impossible goals.
Precisely. It helps teams focus resources across all those classic funnel stages: prospecting, pre-approach, approach, presentation, objections, closing. Follow up by pinpointing exactly where the real bottlenecks are. Remove the necessary constraint first.
Fascinating. Okay, let's pull back a bit now and look at the role of AI across the whole funnel. We know it's good at crunching numbers, but how does it actually interact with human sellers day to day?
Yeah, the sources show a pretty clear pattern, a division of labor, you could say. The consensus is AI absolutely excels at high-volume, routine, repeatable tasks, mostly top and middle of the funnel stuff.
So automation.
Exactly. That's the realm of automation.
And what kind of tasks fall into that automation bucket?
Things like prospecting and lead generation. AI is fantastic there. It can automatically pull together detailed lead profiles, segment prospects based on really granular engagement data.
Like how long they watched a specific video part.
Exactly. Or which links they clicked in an email sequence.
Mm-hmm.
And based on all that, it defines their propensity to buy, often without a human needing to touch it. It cuts down the admin work hugely.
Okay, but then we move down the funnel. Conversion, closing. These are high-stakes, high-touch stages. Human connection and charisma seem crucial there. Does AI step back?
It shifts its role profoundly. It moves from automation to human augmentation.
Augmentation, meaning it helps the human do their job better.
Precisely. Human intelligence, trust building, complex negotiation, those are still key. AI's job here is to basically supercharge the sales team, giving them the right info and materials at the right time.
how does that look in practice? What can AI actually do to augment a salesperson?
Well, it can generate highly personalized sales materials almost instantly. Think customized email drafts, brochures, even pitch decks tailored on the fly to the prospect's specific industry or their past interactions.
In text, audio, visual formats.
Yeah, all the above. It can also enhance follow-up strategy. By analyzing past data, it might anticipate a likely objection and prompt the salesperson to send a relevant case study proactively, even before the question is asked.
Answering the unasked question, that's powerful.
Very. And for businesses selling internationally, the advantage is massive.
The language barrier.
Exactly. AI-powered language translation is becoming critical. It helps manage diverse prospect groups and ensures much smoother, higher quality communication and negotiation across cultures, especially in those final closing stages. It removes a huge barrier.
Makes global sales much more feasible for more companies.
Definitely.
Now, underlying all of this, the funnel models, the predictive scoring, the AI augmentation, you need good tracking, right? None of it works if you don't know what's happening.
Oh, absolutely not. It's foundational. Marketing automation, MA platforms, and web analytics, WA tools are essential. They track the whole customer journey, all the key metrics.
Clicks, conversions, cart value.
Click-through rates, average order value, customer lifetime value, all of it. WA, especially, lets you optimize in near real time. You see where problems are cropping up.
Like a huge drop-off rate on that VSSL page we talked about.
Exactly. If you see that, WA tells you immediately, so you can investigate and fix what might be an ineffective VSSL or a broken link, whatever the issue is in your funnel design.
Constant monitoring and tweaking based on real data.
It has to be.
Okay, so we've covered a ton of ground. Let's try to synthesize this. What are the big takeaways for the listener? What does this all mean?
I think there are two major things happening simultaneously. First, you absolutely must choose an inherently effective funnel model for your starting point. Something like the squeeze funnel for efficiency, or maybe the YouTube VSSL if you have the content presence. Don't start with a broken model.
Right, choose the right vehicle.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And second, you have to rigorously apply data science to manage it. Use predictive ML, like random forest or decision trees, to accurately qualify your leads so you're not wasting time.
Mm-hmm.
And then use necessity condition analysis, NCA, to surgically find and eliminate those non-negotiable bottlenecks that are preventing conversions, even with qualified leads.
So the era of just guessing, using gut feel for funnels, that's basically over if you want to be truly competitive. Funnels are now data science products.
They really are.
Hmm.
Which leads us, I think, to a final provocative thought for you, the listener, to maybe mull over.
Okay, leave us with something to think about.
The findings we looked at consistently emphasize AI is most efficient at the routine, repeatable stuff, mostly top of the funnel, automation. But in the complex, high-stakes stages of negotiation, building real trust, handling emotional objections, AI shifts to being a tool for human augmentation.
Right.
So in a world where automation is constantly increasing, this raises a really important question. How can we as humans best leverage our unique intelligence? Things like trust, charisma, emotional reasoning, skills AI doesn't really have. How do we best use those skills in the final critical stages of the sale to fully maximize the incredible efficiency that AI is bringing to the earlier stages?
Maximizing the human element where it matters most, amplified by AI elsewhere. That's definitely something to chew on.
Something to think about.
Think about that till the next deep dive.